Good morning, children. Welcome back. Today again we are going to continue with chapter number 1, the third part or the third session, that is computer fundamentals.
Utility software. They are the programs designed to perform maintenance work on a computer system to help in its smooth functioning. What do you mean by maintenance work? Such as disk cleaning, antivirus software, zipping the files, WinZip. Suppose you want to save a file and send to your, many files are there which is of very big size and you want to send to your friends. So you cannot send that a huge amount of data at a time. So you have to compress the file with the help of WinZip or WinRAR facility. Then you can compress that file and save that file and send to your friends. There he or she will unzip it, unpack it and use that software. So example is disk cleanup utility, antivirus software such as Norton, AVG, Quickheal, etc. Data compression software such as WinZip, WinRAR and so on. So these are all known as utility software which gives maintenance work. Day-to-day maintenance work of a computer system is done by utility software. Norton, AVG, Quickheal, WinZip and WinRAR. Application software. So system software is done, now application software. They are a set of programs designed to help the user to perform specific tasks according to the need. Application software can be divided into two categories. First one is general purpose application software and the second one is specific purpose application software. General purpose application software. These are developed keeping in mind the needs and requirements of general people. So daily requirement, day-to-day normal requirement of people are made up by this general purpose application software. Some of its types are, first one is word processing software. So we all use word processing software. This software is used for creating documents such as letters, stories and reports. All the types of word processing software provide options for creating, editing, formatting and printing text and graphics in a document. Example, MS Word, WordPerfect and Writer, OpenOffice.org Writer. So open source software. So MS Word is one, WordPerfect and Writer. Spreadsheet software. This software accesses data values in row and column. So last year in class 6 we have done spreadsheet software and format, and let us create, manipulate and calculate and analyze the data in the desired manner. Example, Excel. MS Excel we have done, started. This year also we have done. You will be doing Lotus 123 and Calc. So examples are Excel, Lotus 123 and Calc. Calc is same as Excel, comes from OpenOffice.org package. Database Management System or DBMS. It is a software program that lets us store large amount of data in an organized manner. A DBMS can store details about customers, employees, students and so on. It also provides tools for searching data and generating reports based on conditions. Example are Oracle, Access, Microsoft Access, Visual Foxpro and Base, OpenOffice.org Base. So you have seen that all your records are, your student records are stored in the office, and student record is also stored, your examination records are stored in exam cell also. All these are stored in databases. Desktop publishing software. This type of software is used for designing books, journals, brochures, newspapers and so on, magazines, etc. Examples are Quark Express, Adobe InDesign, many are there. So these are known as desktop publishing software. So for designing books, first the book is not printed, first it is designed with the help of desktop publishing software in computer, then it is being printed in print digital printers and typesetters. Example: Adobe InDesign, Quark Express. Next is graphics, multimedia and presentation software. Graphics software is used to work with images, as for example Adobe Photoshop is a graphics software where you can make changes in the images. Multimedia software is used to manipulate images, text, sound, animations and video, as Windows Movie Maker. Presentation software is used to display information in a dynamic manner, such as a slideshow, as PowerPoint, OpenOffice org, etc. So examples are Adobe Photoshop is a graphics software, Adobe Director is a multimedia software, and PowerPoint and OpenOffice.org Impress is a presentation software. These are the icons. It is developed keeping in mind the requirements of an organization or an individual. Software programs that are designed especially to achieve specific tasks are known as customized software. Software programs that are designed especially to achieve specific tasks are known as customized software. So specific purpose application softwares are also known as customized software. So they are the software which are only specific or used in a certain organization. They are made for a certain organization. They are not off the shelf as normal MS Word, PowerPoint, etc. You can go and buy in the market, but this software you cannot buy directly in the market. You will be designing it with the help of software developers, as our software scmemorial.org, scmemorial.com, all these web-based softwares are developed using software developers. So they are customized softwares made specially for our school. Okay, so this kind of software which are used for a specific organization or a specific company are known as customized or specific purpose software. Examples: accounting management software, reservation system, human resource development system, attendance system, payroll system. Payroll means calculating the salaries of the staff members, school inventory system, stock and control system, and billing system in small shops, in supermarkets. All those are specialized software, specific purpose software, only for that company only. Clear? Open source initiative. What is that? The Open Source Initiative, or OSI, is an organization dedicated to promote open source software. Open source software is distributed under a licensing arrangement. It allows the source code to be available to the users and organizations so that they may study, change to achieve quality, growth and innovation. This software may or may not be available free of cost. Now, if you want to buy some software, say MS Office or Word or Windows, you have to pay some prices, and you cannot change the software. If there is any problem in the software, you cannot change it or modify it because the source code is not given by the company. But open source software you will get free or some cost, but the main thing is that the source code or the program or for the software on which it is written will be available to you, and you can develop it, change it according to your need, innovate it. Proprietary software is a software on which there are restrictions on use, modification, copying or redistribution, as Microsoft Office, as Windows. So we cannot copy it and sell it. It will be under the copyright laws. These restrictions are imposed by preventing the access to the source code through copyrights and patents. So when you work with MS Office or MS Windows, Microsoft Windows, you can't see the program or the on which the software is written. Only you get the output. You can work it out because they are proprietary software, a property of certain organization. So you have restrictions for use, modification and copying. You have to buy it only. But nowadays use of open source software is increasing. Why? The basic idea behind it is that an underlying code is available. People can adapt and improve it according to their need and can also fix errors if there are any errors. Whereas in proprietary software, only a few programmers have the right to modify the source code of the software. Suppose there is a problem in MS Windows. Can you contact Microsoft? No, you cannot contact Microsoft because say 100 programmers have developed it. Now, if there is open source software as OpenOffice.org writer, you will see that the source code is available. You can directly, if you are a programmer, you can directly modify that source code and make the software according to your own need. So when 100 programmers develop one thing and say 10,000 programmers develop one thing, so the 10,000 minds will be having different 10,000 type of ideas. So that will make the software much more developed, much more innovative. So with this idea, the open source software usage is used now. Some popular open source softwares are Ubuntu is an operating system type of Linux, Android operating system for smartphone and tablets. You don't have to buy this software, it comes free. OpenOffice.org software suite consists of word processor, spreadsheets, database, presentation software and many more. Mozilla Firefox web browser, you know that, you can download free. Audacity is a sound editor, you can download free. VLC media player, you are very much acquainted with it. All of you use for playing audio and video, it's come free. It's an open source software. And GIMP is an image rating software, which also is a free open source software. So these are the types of open source software.
Students, that's all for today. So we have come to the end of the chapter. Hope you have understood. Until the next class, until the next video, it's goodbye and happy learning.